education should be process focused. It might be something old, wine in a new bottle, but still that is very important. That the focus of learning should be on the process and not on the product. The teacher is not given the freedom to spend time. I need an ecosystem where the interest with which I came inside the institution, let me allow the talent to nurture and bud itself like a plant grows. She's telling in today's world, neuromarketing and social media is compelling me to branch out very fast in different directions. I am lost. I came with a genuine interest to grow organically, but the ecosystem did not allow me to do it. It is taking me in multiple directions, because of which I feel I'm lost. The ecosystem should be created wherein the facilitator, I'll not call the teacher, the facilitator has the freedom in curriculum delivery, evaluation, and they should not be accreditation bound. So let me consolidate the viewpoint from diverse views. As always, a very interesting topic, and I think I'll take the liberty to in between branch off to tell where our further discussion has to be there based on what has been discussed until now. So our editor from Rajagiri actually started off telling that we need values like capacity, value and dispositions in the new education system. And he also touched upon a very critical point that with generation alpha students in school, teachers have to be superhumans in order to facilitate a meaningful engagement at the school level itself. Moving on, the expert session by Dr. Vandana called about how teachers and the educationalist had a friendly foe relationship with the AI tool, initially telling that how we can keep away AI tools from the classrooms to adapting it slowly so that it is able to facilitate the teaching learning process. She also beautifully described two experiments where she gave the students the liberty to use the AI tools and that actually was appreciated and they were able to be much better learners. One important point that she mentioned, that education should be process focused. It might be something old, wine in a new bottle, but still that is very important, that the focus of learning should be on the process and not on the product. For this to be done, the process has to be designed, implemented, and the teacher should be given a lot of time to do it. That is a big question which we need to debate on. With lot of accreditation work and other things, I think you must have discussed it much earlier also. The teacher is not given the freedom to spend time. Like the Sri Raghavan also mentioned, for these two experiments, Dr. Vandana must have spent a lot of time, not only in administering it, but in also evaluating each of it and seeing it that it comes to a meaningful conclusion. But is such amount of time available for today's teacher? That is a question that needs to be really debated. Another thing that she told while focusing on the focus of learning to be on the process and not the product is that she told that we have to be lifelong learners. I've heard it in many forums now, but nobody discusses the psychological and physical effect of aging. Say, for example, these two youngsters, they will be able to learn new things. Suppose they take up HR analytics and everything, as long as they are in their mid 30s also. But once they have their own family, I'm not telling it is a constraint, they would like to spend quality time. Work-life balance comes in. Then where is there time for what to tell, learning, lifelong learner? It is easy to tell, we have to be lifelong learner. Physically, 50-year-old, is he or she or 40-year-old so active to learn computer program the way we were learning at 20 years, but the industry expects it. What is the solution for it? It is easy to tell, but to implement it is difficult. So I would definitely thank Dr. Vandana for those insights, and I appreciate that she had these experiments at the time and patience to do it with her students. Moving on to Swathi. Swathi, I also, like you, share a multidisciplinary approach. I did an MSc Medical Physics and then moved on to MBA because I didn't have job opportunities in the place in which I got married into. So you will be a better person now because you have a science background and then come to commerce in whatever you do, because that's what I realized. She talked about the gap in the teaching learning process and how students are not able to evolve on their own. What she was trying to tell is, I need the time, I need an ecosystem where the interest with which I came inside the institution, let me allow the talent to nurture and bud itself like a plant grows. She's telling, in today's world, neuromarketing and social media is compelling me to branch out very fast in different directions. I am lost. I came with a genuine interest to grow organically, but the ecosystem did not allow me to do it. It is taking me in multiple directions, because of which I feel I'm lost. I'm following the herd mentality, and I'm not good at anything that I intended to be. I understood that's what she was intending to tell, and she talked about niche specialization and how multidisciplinary approach should be given for a student to express all her talents instead of niche specialization. That's also a good point taken. And finally, she wound up by telling that there is competition for learning and no genuine interest for learning. Everybody wants to compete in learning, not genuinely learn anything. Moving on to the next student, Sherin Amala. In simple words, she put what is given in the national education policy, because I feel that is what she is feeling. She is talking from her personal experience that memorization is fine, but we need to have some soft skills as simple as communication. We have been talking about communication for ages, but still today's student tells that we lack communication. We want skills in it. Does this teacher have the time to individually, in a 60 plus heterogeneous class, give time for each one to present orientation or allocation, or for that matter any speech, and correct it? Is the platform available? Is the teacher's time available? That's a question that needs to be debated on. Then students are towards completing the task and not about genuine learning. Insight that her friend also had. Of course, she talked about internship. The union government in current budget has started off with it by rolling out a few internship. I think the intent is correct. We'll see how it gets implemented. I would like to conclude that the ecosystem should be created wherein the facilitator, I'll not call the teacher, the facilitator has the freedom in curriculum delivery, evaluation, and they should not be accreditation bound. All these things that we discussed about having a meaningful outcome at the end of it, we can define the outcome however the way we want to. But if there has to be genuine outcomes that the stakeholders, the students want, the industry wants, then the time should be given for meaningful assignments to be implemented in the classroom. That's what I would like to conclude.